This was the kind of chef whose food even the world's richest people could only experience once in their lifetime. He wasn't just a master of cooking, he was also a genius at plating. He could make a sauce that looked like wet cement, yet people would happily eat every bite of it. One day, he was invited to cook at a wealthy man's mansion. He picked up a live lobster and with just 2 precise cuts, had it perfectly prepared. Meanwhile, his team began plating the dish. They arranged a few stones on a large black plate, added a cement-like sauce and some fish roe, and finally placed the lobster on top of the stones. When the wealthy man started eating the lobster without the sauce, the chef stopped him and asked him to try it with the sauce. The moment he took the first bite, he was blown away by the flavor and couldn't stop eating. That was exactly what the chef had hoped for. Every day, thousands of people auditioned for a chance to work with him. On that particular day, he gave everyone a seemingly simple task: slice a piece of meat into paper-thin slices. It looked easy, but mastering that skill had taken the chef years of practice. Then, a young woman stepped forward. She picked up the knife and began slicing the meat. But she had only worked at a small roadside noodle shop before, so cutting such thin slices from a large piece of meat was incredibly difficult for her. The chef kept yelling at her. For the next task, he asked her to fry those thin slices over medium heat. But every time, the meat either became overcooked or stayed undercooked. Frustrated, the chef would snatch the pan from her hands and throw the slices straight into the trash. At the end of the day, the chef left. One by one, everyone else walked out of the restaurant too. But the young woman stayed behind in the kitchen. She spent the entire night practicing, trying to fry the meat perfectly over medium heat. The heat left burns and marks on her hands, but she refused to give up. She kept practicing again and again. The next day, the chef gave everyone the same challenge once more. This time, the young woman stepped forward with confidence and started cooking the meat. When the head chef carefully examined her dish and took the very first bite, the room seemed to fall completely silent. In her eyes, you could see an entire night of hard work, hope, and fear all at once. At that moment, she realized that every sleepless night, every drop of sweat, and every small effort she had poured into improving herself had finally paid off.